Give me the money.
So busters beware, never dare to
Wait a minute. What's this? This ain't enough. Make it enough. Damn.
Alright, Shalom. First off of all, honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Krakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and children who follow. So as you can see by the lesson in the video I just played, it's about enough. Okay? And I wanted to give a personal testimony because when I was younger, I always just wanted to do enough. And I do think that was one thing that was wrong with me, in hindsight and looking back, just over my life. I never really wanted to be the best, I just wanted to do enough. It was good enough. I ain't got to be perfect. I just got to be good enough. My handwriting doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough. I ain't got to be the best player on the court. I just got to be good enough to be on the court. But that's not the mentality to have in its truth. Good enough don't cut it. Nate, the way, I'm not going to dwell on Nate, but we'll say those other camps that teach that they're Israelites but go off on other doctrine, is that good enough to make it to the kingdom? No. It says to be perfect as I am perfect. That's what Yahushua said. So that's the mentality that we gotta have, man. Good enough is not enough. All right, if you think you're good enough, you need to make it, or if you're not doing enough, you need to make it enough. So basically, I'm just gonna go through a couple of scriptures that I thought of while I was, pondering on this lesson. So first one is Ecclesiasticus 43:30. It says, "When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can." Not enough, or just glorify him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. So that whole doctrine of being good enough, or I did enough today, is bullshit. Alright? It says exalt him as much as you can. If you think you did enough, then that means you could have did more, but you're satisfied where you're at. You're satisfied with the works that you've done. It says when you exalt him, put forth all your strength. If you're at an enough level, then you have more strength. You can go further. You can push yourself harder. It says, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. There's no end of the things that you can do for Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, which is going to lead me to my next scripture that I wanted to get, which is here in John chapter 4, to give the surrounding information. This is dealing with the woman at the well. Okay, I'll start at verse 23. It says, "But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him." Alright, in spirit and in truth. Okay, so the time is going to come when, like I said, dealing with the earlier statement that I made, there's other camps that teach that we are Israelites, but go off on the other matters compared to the men of Great Millstone. Okay, there's gonna come an hour when the true worshipers are gonna be found, because those are the ones who are doing it in spirit and in truth. In verse 24, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Okay, going all out, basically doing everything that you can, leaving no stone unturned. All right, you ain't got no more in the tank. Not just enough, not doing just enough to get by in His truth. All right, going all out for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, because it's gonna come a time when the ones who are going out for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they're gonna be exalted. They're gonna be set apart from everybody else. They're gonna get the mark of exemption, and everybody else is gonna get death, pretty much. Okay, let me see. This is 2 Corinthians 13, starting at verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushai Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. Okay, so let's break that down. Examine yourself, whether you be in the faith. Because if you think that you can do just enough and get by, then you're not in the faith. Okay, it says to know your own self and to prove yourself. Okay, how do you do that? If you are in that, like I said earlier, that mindset of doing enough is like you. So like I was saying, if you're in that mindset that you can do enough, and that's going to be enough to get you in the kingdom, you need to get that mindset out your head. You got to prove yourself by doing these lessons, okay? By studying, reading, teaching, being a brother, being a man of the Lord. This is how you prove yourself. But just getting by with enough is not enough. Okay? I got a little bit of money in my pocket. I know that brother needed, but, I kind of, I'm going to hold off. You know what I'm saying? If he needed on Monday, you know what I'm saying, I got him. But, no. Be a brother. Help a brother out. Because, you'd be hard-pressed to find a brother that's in a situation that said that he needed help and Akim wasn't there for him. So that's one of the beautiful things about the brotherhood. We do help each other when we need it. So continue that, continue that, and build upon it. Let me see. This is 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. It says, "Wherefore the brethren, Akim, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if you do these things, ye shall never fail." Okay? Doing enough is not making your calling of election sure. That's what you're doing when you say I'm doing enough. You think that you did enough to make your calling of election sure. But the scripture just said to go hard, to go as hard as you can, you can never do enough. So really, you're tricking your mind. You're being lazy. You're being a sluggard. Okay? That diligence is a constant. Okay? It's all the time. Okay? Consistency. You need to consistently be doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's how you give your diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right? Not just enough. Anybody can do enough. And what really is enough? Because nobody knows what enough is. Alright, we all down here all trying to get on the chariot. So how you got the mindset that I'm going to do enough? I'm going to do just enough to make it on the chariot, when we don't know what the level of enough is. Because obviously, if we could do enough, if everybody knew what the level of enough was, we would do just enough, and then that's it. That's just like if we all knew when Yahushua was coming back, we would all get right by then, and then what? That would make the Most High, that wouldn't please the Most High. All right, he wants you to do it, what? In sincerity and in truth. So, miss me with that enough doctrine. Okay, I believe I got one or two more scriptures here Yeah, so okay, First Peter chapter 5, going to start at verse 7 says, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. Yahweh Shai says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil is a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Okay, so we know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen in these last days. We know about the concentration camps. We know about the famine, all the things that are said to happen in this land, the race riots, all of that, World War III. We know all of this is coming for us. So our works and our faith is what's going to protect us in that day. So, like I said, our works and our faith is what's going to protect us in that day. So, enough is not enough. If that makes sense. If you're thinking that you did enough, that's not enough. Because you should always be in the mindset that I can go further, I can do more, I can still improve and become a better man in his truth. And with that being said, I hope you brothers were edified and invigorated, because enough, like I said to start the video, enough is not enough, and we need to make it enough. Okay. And with that being said, I'm gonna give all praise that's called Allah unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Karkadash, the bondage to the apostles and elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.